WWF reference.
Yeah, some old times, good times.
Morning, everybody. What's shaking? It's 6:34 in Arizona, 7:34 in Katy, Texas, and 7:34 also, I believe. And I'm going to say this, but you guys correct me because I think it's Olathe. How do I say it? Olathe, Kansas. Heart of America Window Cleaning. It's our buddies from Heart of America. It's Eric Waters and Philippe. Olathe. Okay, my bad. And Felipe from Heart of America Window Cleaning. What is up? What is shaking? Happy to have you guys in. Welcome aboard. Let's hear the round of applause, Deeds. Can we get him a round of applause?
Yeah, hold on. Having technical difficulties here. There we go. We got some.
There we go. There we go. You'd think it was Monday morning, but it's not. It's Wednesday. So what's shaking, guys? What's good? Everything good? You guys
getting things going for the morning?
Yeah, back from the convention. Let me give you everybody who doesn't know a quick rundown on how I know these guys and how Deeds know these cats too. So when I was on my trip earlier this year, I stopped in Florida, New York, did that whole trip down the coast, and I was fortunate enough to stop right in the heart of America in Kansas and hang out with Gary Crenshaw, one of the owners of Heart of America, and two of his operations managers, Eric and Felipe. And they showed me the ropes, literally and figuratively. We stopped in 3 different locations and we kind of hung out. Felipe was a madman. He was doing drops at the Children's Hospital, dressed as, I want to say you were Captain America. Is that correct, Felipe?
Yes.
Yeah, man, you're stellar, doing the most, having some fun. Eric and I are just kind of just hanging out, taking pictures, doing our thing. You're sweating your ass off and making everybody happy and joyous and free. And Eric and I are, yeah, and Eric and I are just on the rooftop with Gary taking sunshot pictures, doing what Eric does.
It's really hot.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I want to say thank you for having us out, and it was an amazing experience. I hope the guys had fun. So yeah, man, let's do a couple things. I'm gonna jump around a little bit back and forth, but getting to know you guys while I was there was pretty awesome, and I got to hang out with you guys just a hair this past week at the IWCA Elevate conference. This was the first conference for both you guys to attend. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You guys got some new Sorbo gear?
Yeah.
Was that one of the best parts of the conference, or what was some of the best things about this conference that you guys enjoyed?
The first was we get to know a lot of people, and it was our first time. So we was a little surprised about everything. It was all cool, and especially when we got free stuff from you guys and all the companies, it was pretty cool. I love it.
Yeah, freebies is dope.
Swag is always good. Yeah.
Freebies are always nice, and then at the same time, we're able to jump into classes and learn a few things that we may not already know or may just need to brush up on. That was nice to have as well.
Yeah,
that's cool. I'm glad that you mentioned the classes. Do you remember which classes that you took or that you popped in on?
We popped in on a couple of water-fed classes, just certain things that we've had issues within our company dealing with certain things with the water-fed, so we were trying to see what we were missing. You know what I mean?
Was water-fed sneaking away, getting smoke breaks on the job or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Just getting watermarks. And
we learned a few things that we didn't know. We have no idea, but now we know, and it was pretty
cool. Yeah, water-fed's all voodoo science. It's all about evaporating and leaving no streaks and, what it can handle. But you guys know all about that. Go ahead.
How long have you guys been cleaning total? I know, Felipe, you do all sorts of stuff. You do the drops, and Eric, you've done it too. How long have you guys been cleaning? Eric, how many years do you have? How many years experience you have, boss?
I started doing window cleaning back in 1999.
Nice.
And I started doing window cleaning because I needed a job, not because I wanted to do window cleaning. You know what I mean? And then,
I do know what you mean.
my first day I got out of the roof and I was pushing this guy who was pushing his rig, and he was hanging over the side. When I looked down, I was like, "Oh man, that's pretty cool. I want to do that one day." So I said maybe 4 already over the side hanging, and I started hanging from 3 story to 16, 25, 32, and my taller one was 43 stories.
God damn.
So I went up so fast. I didn't care. I was young. I like. I mean, I like to hang, but and I still can do it. I'm gonna do it today, maybe this all week, and part of the next week. So we're gonna do some hanging. So I don't mind it. I don't. I like it. I mean, to be on the side, able to listen to music or talk to anybody, answer any phone calls or anything. It's just I love it. And he's
Just
not gonna be trying
straight slinging.
So
So
yeah.
when
Now, what
Go ahead,
happens when
Deej.
you're on the 38th floor and the breakfast burrito kicks in? You're like, oh crap. You just straighten it down quick with a quickness.
The only, can you repeat that?
He's pretty much saying that if you're going down and you're on the 38th floor and you got to go to the bathroom.
Oh no, you
You
gotta
gotta
hold
have
it. You
time.
gotta hold it. You can't just rappel down and just
You gotta be ready
to do that, especially in a tall building. You know what I mean?
Damn, I don't know if I would have ever thought about
And
that.
the stomach, you have to do it. You will do it.
You better just
You know,
strap a
it's
button to the
just-
bottom of the chair.
Yep.
So yeah.
You can sure make a mess out of your chair, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And Eric, when's the last time you got down and hung and did some stuff like that?
I don't do any hanging. Now,
Nope.
anytime anything needs done around here and there's not somebody to do it, that's what me and Felipe go do. So
Got it.
I can clean windows today. I cleaned windows last week. It just kind of depends on what needs to be done. But
Nice.
I started cleaning windows in 2009 when my oldest son was born, and just kind of been doing it ever since.
That's outstanding. And what are your guys' favorite parts about this industry? Actually, hold on. Don't answer that. Let me give everybody else who's watching. Deej, are you keeping track of what's going on in the chat? Because I have not been. My bad.
Yeah, everyone's just saying good morning. We got Joran saying good morning. 65 degrees. Adam, Thomas, Squeegee Chicks hanging out. Yeah, we just got a lot of everyone in the chat saying good morning, fellas.
Sweet. Good morning, everybody. I wanted to tell everybody else a little bit about your guys' setup. So when I get to Heart of America in Kansas, it just looks like a small office building. Doesn't look anything like massive or whatever. But when you walk through the doors, it's a pretty deep warehouse. It's got a couple offices. I walk through and the warehouse is massive. Like for me, I'm like thinking like a single small operator guy. You guys were at that point running, I believe, a 28-man crew. Are you still at about 28 people, or what are you guys running right now?
We're roughly about the same number right now.
Yeah.
So one of the coolest things that I, as a traveling window cleaner over the summer of 2025, was able to notice was how you guys operate. You had all sorts of setups. You had rolling rigs. You had all of the ropes that you needed, water fed, all the tools. Shoot, there was a pool table in the warehouse to make sure that everybody's like relaxed. You know what I mean? There was pictures all over the walls. There was an awesome wooden like a half stack ladder that you guys had framed. So Heart of America is a third generation window cleaning company. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I refer to one of the owners as Gary Crenshaw, and you refer to him as Junior, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's Junior, and then Dad, and then one above that, correct?
Yes, sir.
And is there a fourth generation? Is Junior's and his brother's kids getting into the business, or how's that going?
They're still really young, so
Yeah.
possibly in the future, but at this point, their kids are still young.
Got it. So keep them away from that stuff for now, and let the pros handle it. That's a good way to do it. So with that being said, what is your favorite aspect of working with the team like that? Because it seemed like you guys had everything on lock. It seemed like everybody was a very big family. Everybody knew what they had to do. One of the guys that I kind of was really admiring and loved the way he was working. I want to say, who? Hold on, who's Hernandez Fernandez? Is that
It's
there's
me.
one of the guys that's you, okay? And then there's another guy, a short guy,
Ulysses.
The Spider-Man.
Ulysses.
This is
Yes,
bad, man.
that's my guy.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody smile so much, anybody so happy to be on the glass, anybody that just is so joyful and ready to see what others are viewing of his work. The smile never came off of his face, and that's got to be a good feeling for you guys as leaders of the team and leaders of the organization. Is that one of the best parts of running a team like that, or what is the best thing about working with the squad?
It's just everybody knows their place. Everybody has the same mindset and goals, and we're all just here to get it done and do the best we can. And when we have the opportunity to do the things like Children's Mercy, everybody is ready to go and enjoys it more than anything.
Yeah.
So
Because we put a smile on the kids, even they're going through a lot, being sick and cancer and all that stuff. There's something that make us feel so great, and wanting to do it again and again for them, and then that's awesome.
Yeah, that was and just it's weird. I may be a an emotional little baby or whatever, but that was one of my highlights of my career. Um, I had never been a part of something like that, and for you guys to take the time out of your day to show me, and I've bragged about you guys to anyone that will ever listen. We went. I'm serious, dead serious. We did
We had a
five. There
good
was
time.
five. There was fucking. It was a great time. First, we started at Children's Hospital where we were doing drops. Then we roll over to Lowe's building, and guys were doing drops there on the backside too. Do you guys remember what happened at the Lowe's building when we were there?
yeah, that guy in the truck.
Yeah, I haven't really shared this information with anybody. Um, so this will kind of like then after that at Lowe's, we went to the Margaritaville. But I'm going to share a little bit of a story with these guys. When we're at the Lowe's building, Lowe's is like a hotel chain, one of the nicest ones around. Um, so we're on the backside of the Lowe's building, and all of a sudden we start hearing this horn honking, like going off, right? And we hear like two people, what it sounds like fighting. Do you guys
Yeah,
remember this
that's what I
happening?
assumed was going on. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's it sounds like two people like fighting in this truck, and I'm like, oh shit, it's going down. So I run over, my metas are on, like I'm about ready to get these two cats just fighting. That's not the case. It's a medical emergency. And this dude's either having a seizure or having like a diabetic. I don't know what the case was, but the young dude who's in the passenger seat, his dad was having the medical emergency. So I'm trying to calm him down and tell him to relax. I'm trying to talk to 911, and I'm also trying to hold a man's hand that's in the driver's seat. Finally, we get him out of the car, and the kid is screaming. He's not a kid. He's probably like a 30-year-old man or something, but he's the guy's kid. And he's screaming at everybody, and he's like, "Oh, get fucked!" He's like telling 911 to get here, and I'm trying to relay the message, and I'm trying to pray for the guy, and I'm trying to pray for the guy, the kid, and there's people just all around us, right? We're waiting for 911 or fire department to show up, and it was a super tense moment. Do you guys remember how did that make you guys feel when we were there doing that?
I I don't like being in situations like that, but I'm happy to be the person that's there because I know how to stay calm and how to help in those type of situations.
Yeah, it was a weird it was a weird feeling, and
Yeah.
kind of like what you said, Eric. It's like we stayed calm under pressure. We helped the gentleman kind of cool down a little bit. I was trying to verbalize to him, it's going to be okay. We got him.
Yeah.
The fire's on the way, and I didn't know what to do. So all I just did was just sit over the guy, hold his hand, hold his kid, the other guy's hand, and I'm praying, I'm praying, I'm praying, I'm praying. There's nothing else I could do. And I don't
Yeah.
whether it's fight or flight. I was scared shitless, but I was just doing what I could do, and knowing too that you guys were there too, like it was unnerving, right? But then
It was
after
a
that, we still,
intense moment.
it was for sure a tense moment. And the wild part is normally, like, if it was just me, I would have called it a day. Like, I would have been like, fuck it, I'm done. That just drained all my energy. It took everything out of me. Like, I don't, my headspace is not, my headspace is over there. And
Yeah,
we're supposed to be over here. Do you remember what we did next?
went to Margaritaville.
Fucking went to Margaritaville.
Stayed away again.
So we go to Margaritaville, and there's five more
Jimmy Buffett would have done.
Yeah, there's 5 more applications being done. There's construction clean, there's regular clean, there's drops being done, there's boom lift being done, and water fed.
Boom.
So in the same day, we hit 3 different sites, 3. And I think I said 5, but I think we actually saw 6 different applications of window cleaning. And that was something that I had never, ever been a part of. So it was like I said, it was a wild, crazy day for me, and you guys were a huge part of it. And like I said, I don't remember any day in my life of window cleaning that's ever been something so wild. So
Like
that, and that
cheeseburger
was,
in paradise.
it was like a cheeseburger in paradise. But I'll tell you what was even crazier is I get a ride with my man Eric, and so we get in this little car, we're cruising, and we're both trying to feel each other out, and there is no feeling out period. It's just instant. Bam. It's like, all right, we're already homies, and we just start chatting it up and having a good time. And um, I'm kind of trying to find out a little bit about Eric, but not ask, not get too personal. But at the same time, Eric's doing the same thing to me, and he's like, he's got stories to tell, and our backgrounds are very similar. It sounds like, and I let him know, hey, we're doing the podcast, and we do a couple of things, and this is what we talk about, and he's like, man, all that stuff sounds great, dude. That's really cool. And like, so we just hit it off instantly. And we chat every now and again. We try to touch base every couple weeks, every couple months. And I just want to tell you, Eric, I'm super glad that you and Felipe and Cheyenne made it out to the IWCA. Um, it's just it's been great getting to know you guys and knowing that I have some great friends out in Kansas.
Yes, sir. Same.
What is, dude? You guys seriously? That was it. Literally put a beautiful bow tie on top of the most fantastic trip of my lifetime. I can't.
Anytime you come down, that's like a daily occurrence around here. Is things going on here, things going on there. We got all that every day around here. So.
Well, that was part of the reason why I wanted to make this trip, right? Like, and I knew that that's where I wanted to end up. I started the trip with the worldwide leader, WCR and Zero, at the Worldwide Enterprise. You know what I mean? And I start with where it starts, and then I cruise down the coast to meet some other cleaners, the single owner operator guys, and then I did a couple other spots where in Oklahoma with the window guys, Mike Nichols, Zane Emerson, and they have a crew too, but not 28 deep. And then I get to you guys, and it just blew my mind. Like I realized that I'll probably always be a very small organization because it takes a lot of skill, organization, communication, and technique to run an operation like that. So kudos to you guys.
It's a lot of teamwork, that's for sure. And like you said, the way we hit it off is the same. Felipe and I, when we first met and he came in the office, that's pretty much what happened with us. We were just hit it off real well and same page automatically, and that we've just been running ever since. So
cool.
It is a really cool, and you guys do seem to get along really well. It seems like you guys take care of your employees, which is another thing that I really admired about you. And I love the fact that you guys were telling me, like, we care about the ownership too. We care about the history. And we have some historians in our group. You guys probably saw the Rolling with the Window Cleaner Museum while you were at the IWCA.
Yep.
Yeah, what'd you think about that?
I like that a lot, actually. I'm a museum guy. That's what me and my wife like to do, is go to different museums and things like that. So I just like to see cool things, learn stuff.
So we got the president of the IWCA popping in, Scott Aaron Krantz. By the way, lovely job this week, Scott. Your speech on
Museum action
Friday night, outstanding. Way to go. Damien's in the
What's
building
that?
too. Corey Klimas looks like he's here. Jake Van O in the building. Jeremy Peterson. Oh, there's some pictures of our buddies Grace and Craig.
Oh
So
yeah, I can bring it back.
I remember when I got to your warehouse, Eric, and I took the pictures of that stack that you guys had basically framed or mounted or whatever. I sent it
Yeah.
over. I sent it over to Craig Hensel, and I was like, "Hey, take a look at this." And
Yeah.
yeah, he was definitely excited about it. Did you get an opportunity to meet him?
I seen him out there, but I didn't. He was talking to somebody, so I didn't jump in.
Oh, buddy, if and when you get to another one of these and you bump into Craig, you're gonna have to just stop him, say, "Pardon me, I just want to say hi," because if
Jiggle your keys in front of him, just over here on the side.
If you ever see him not talking to someone, then there's probably something wrong. So, yeah, tell him what up and let him know that you're a fan of what he does, because Craig and Grace are two the most amazing people in our industry. Very much so like yourself, dedicated to our craft, love the history and love exactly what we do. So, yeah, man, they're the best.
Yeah, that stack that we put up on the wall, that was actually Gary's grandfather's that he started the company with. And it's been tucked away somewhere, and we found it and we got tired of seeing it sitting. So we decided to frame a square on the wall and hang it up for Gary and Greg and Senior. So
absolutely. Tyler Levi Smith is in the building too. He says everyone should be certified in first aid CPR. It's cheap and extremely useful. I agree. Tyler, I felt a little bit useless for a second at that point because I didn't know where to go. I did what I could, and that was basically pray and calm the situation down. Yeah, that was a man. I thought, Eric, do you remember how quiet it was? Do you remember how quiet it was for a couple of minutes going from Lowe's to Margaritaville?
yeah, we just had the silent moment where we're just both trying to process what just happened.
Yeah, we're like, what the, holy cow!
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
it was like a scary, I don't even know.
Back your windshield while driving.
I kind of put it in my memory bank, and I haven't really thought about that until today, probably. Because I was like, man, what are we like? Yeah, that was so wild.
I still every now and then I'm like, did that guy? Was he okay? Like what? We never.
I tried to text him, I believe the kid, and because he gave me his number, and I texted and I said, man, I'm still praying for you. Hope your father is well. I never once got a response back. Well, it's whatever. We did what we could.
Yeah,
we did what we could. I was just glad that we were there and hopefully helped the situation. My nose is itchy. Sorry. So what is a normal day like for you guys? How many guys do you send out? Is it always 28 guys mobbing deep? How many?
We have everybody working every day. We probably have half the guys that we have on high rise, a third of the guys on construction. You know what I mean? There's a little bit here, a little bit there, but we have a little bit of everything going on every day. We have a couple guys running route. We have a few guys running construction jobs. We have multiple guys doing different high-rise jobs. We got guys training, doing high-rise right now. That's what Felipe's been doing this week. We have a job that we've been trying to get finished up, and he sees it as an opportunity to train the new guys, so that's where they're going.
Nice. And so Cheyenne, your wife, I don't know if you watch the show, but how do we say it?
My wife.
My wife. She also works at the operation, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
And what does she do there?
She does a lot of back end work, paperwork, and accounting, invoicing, just a lot of the back end paperwork that saves us and time from having to deal with.
Outstanding. I don't know what Dee's is tripping on. He's over there.
Construction jobs and stuff. Say some of these construction jobs that we have require background checks and different badging and stuff like that. So she does the paperwork for all that, so we don't have to have that headache.
Yeah, and I can't even imagine the different kinds of insurance, the different kinds of, things that you need that are required to properly and safely do high rise. Um, where do where did you get certified, Felipe? And how did you get certified or safety?
I got certified through the years I've been doing high rise. Um,
He's-
yeah. So that's where I learned it from. And I can tell you that I can step on the roof and look at it, and I already know what to do, how we're going to hang and tackle that building. So I got a lot of
Outstanding.
experience. Yeah.
Outstanding. So I went this, not I, Mark and I, Deeds and I went in last January, last month, and we went to Expert Safety Services to get certified for rope descent, RDS. And it doesn't mean I'm about ready to go drop off a building. It means I'm comfortable and a little more comfortable to be, yeah, a little more comfortable to be on a roof now. Thank God.
Yeah, like Steven
So
Tyler, he's living on the edge, but he hasn't gone off yet.
yeah, I'm trying to just, maintain life and do everything the right way. But at least now that I know if and when I get back out to Kansas or any other rooftop that I'm on, that I'm not going to be in anyone's way. I'm going to be safe. And I know exactly what I'm looking for, as opposed to just walking around and doing stuff on top of a roof.
Yeah.
Um, what are your guys' favorite part about this industry as a whole?
Just everyone is just relaxed. Everyone gets along. Everyone has the same mindset. And in all honesty, it's really not too physically demanding every day. That's one reason I've stuck with it for so long.
Well, that and we don't know anything else, right?
That's there we go.
On, wax off.
And what is your least favorite aspect of this business?
I don't
It's
know.
got to be invoicing, right? I mean,
I don't have
nobody
to
likes to
do
do that.
anymore, so it does. You see, we fixed that problem.
Yeah. See, I need to fix that problem. Y'all are like 5 steps ahead of me. That's outstanding. Mason says, I originally learned high rise from a convicted felon. And I said, you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
They know their shit.
Felons are people too.
Yep. So are window cleaners.
Hey, some guys can even become window cleaner of the year.
Oh, this baked potato. Yeah.
Ah, this silly ass baked potato. I'm just a spud. What do I know? Good morning to Linda Hartsock Allworth. It's great to have you in the show and in the pod. Mason, senior admin. You should have jumped in. Craig, I was scared shitless, to be honest. I'd been on a roof, but it had been a long time. I also didn't want to get in anyone's way. When other people have an operation, and as Felipe mentioned, they knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. They also had a camera crew. They had, they had some guys mic'd up. They had I almost said cinematography. Yeah, they had a production crew going on. Did you guys ever get that stuff put together?
I never got it, but I know that somebody has the stuff from there, but I just never got it myself.
So I'm going to give Gary Crenshaw a shout out, Junior, as affectionately called by our man, Eric. Junior, if you're around, if you're watching, I would love to see that footage from that day. It was a fantastic, fantastic day. Something that, like I said, that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life for many reasons, many reasons. Your crew was outstanding. I was able to, you guys let me kind of come in a day early so I could visit a little bit, kind of pick your guys' brains, find out where I was going for the next morning. That made me feel right at home too. And it just felt like it was right. I'm going to get into a little bit real quick about how I met Gary, actually. I'm on my way to my first huge convention in 2023. and there's this guy in his suit, and he's like in a summer leisure suit, and it's like this beautiful baby blue, like fucking, he's like dressed sharp, and I'm like, damn, this dude's got it going on. Like everyone else is dressed in their plain, like airplane clothes, like comfortable, like I'm going on. I want to be like, it's summertime, and I'm probably wearing a hoodie, because I get cold like a bitch on a plane.
That's me.
And I mean bitch in the most respectful way. I don't mean a female bitch. I mean I'm being a bitch because I'm cold. Uh, and Gary's like slick as shit, right? And I'm like, damn, this dude's got it going on. So then, and I'm wearing my streak free AZ hat, and I'm wearing a streak free shirt. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. He's probably going to do some business meeting, this and that. And I'm with my wife. And then we get to, I'm at check-in at the Gaylord, the hotel in Nashville. And I turn to my right, and there's Gary. And he turns around. He's like, hey, man, didn't I just see you on the plane? And I was like, well, shit, bro, we could have just split an Uber and saved some money. And he's like, what are you here for? And then he looks up at my hat, and he's like, oh, shit, you're a window cleaner. And I said, yeah, man. And you? And he goes, yeah, I own a window cleaning company in Kansas. And I said, well, what the hell were you doing in Arizona? And he says, buddy, I live in Arizona. And I was like, you're asking me what I'm doing in Arizona, but you have a window cleaning company in Kansas, but you live in Arizona. How does that work out? And he's like, well, and he gives me the whole rundown, and we hit it off, like instantly. And he's like, hey man, let's go golfing, dude. I got my sticks. Let's go play 9, or let's do 18. Can you come golfing? And I'm like, dude, this is awesome. First off, I suck at golf. Second, my wife is with me.
My wife.
Yeah, my wife. And I was like, buddy, I really want to do this, but I can't. I brought my wife all the way from Phoenix to a window cleaning convention. I can't just ditch my wife and be like, hey, babe, can I go play golf with some guy? No, I could not. No, I could not. I was like, there's no way in hell that I can I'm going to ditch my wife in this massive ass resort and then go play golf with some guy I just met. I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull the trigger. But it really totally opened my eyes to how many window cleaners there were out there, how many people were about to attend this event, because we were also a day early. And how I'm a huge believer in people are brought together for a reason. And I think, Eric, you and I shared these feelings when we were driving to the second gig. It's like, I feel like God puts us at a place in time where we're all either, there's a reason why we're meant to get together. And that first trip meeting Gary was it. And then I saw him at the second, the next year. And then I think I saw him at the Huge last year too. And then all of a sudden, I know I saw him at the Huge last year. Matter of fact, he was at a different conference. He was at 2 conferences last year in Vegas. And then, yeah, man, to get to hang out with you guys, cruising around and to learn new things was pretty dope. You had a couple guys on the glass when we were there. A pair of brothers, and then you had one cat. I want to say his name is Johnny. Do you guys? Is he still working with you guys?
Yeah, Johnny. But Brian was the one on the lift.
Johnny's on the spot.
Johnny was on the spot. The second I walked up, he was like, I was filming, and he was like, oh man, you get to watch the fastest window cleaner in the West. And he was like fucking slanging it. Like he had no shame, no doubt that he was number one. And I love that. I thought it was great. And then we got up to the side roof, and then he and Brian's brother, right? Bradley was on the roof, and then he was rocking I had the Caribbean Blue 030, and he was rocking that, and he was like, damn, boy, I need to get me one of these. Yeah. Did you guys ever end up getting one?
Not yet, no.
Well, I know a guy in case you need one. Just give me a holler. I know a guy that can set you up with any zero gear that you need. And if it's not me, you could holler at TJ, you could holler at Sean, you could holler at Kaylee, you could holler at anybody. But if you need any of that zero gear, you know where to turn, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I love it, man.
We love those green poles.
Oh yeah.
That's our
Yeah.
favorite.
That's the green one is, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ensipols.
That's my favorite.
So
Yep,
rigid,
that's-
so strong.
I just like the color.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah,
said,
they're
I
very
just,
nice.
everybody loves a little green now and then, right, boys?
Yep.
Speaking of your trip while you were
That's a
there,
huge fish.
everything went well while you were at the IWCA, correct? No hiccups, no nothing. Everything nice and smooth.
Only issues we had was Uber issues, and that's why we couldn't make it to certain classes that we wanted to make it to because we couldn't get an Uber that early in the morning because everybody wanted to be in.
What a
And
drag!
a 4.5 mile drive took an hour and 15 minutes half the time.
Shit.
Oh, that's
Crazy.
shitty. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
So we had our friend Tom
Squeegee
Wilson.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom Wilson, affectionately known as Squeegee Tom. I don't know if you saw him. Tall dude, always rocking a Scully cap. But he drove all the way from New Hampshire in a '88 Toyota pickup that has a half of a Winnebago attached to it. So he drove a camper cruiser down, and he was staying. I want to say probably right by where you guys were at, and he mentioned the same thing: a 3.5 mile drive. Depending on the depending on the time he left was a 45-minute drive. So he would leave at 5 o'clock in the morning and hang out in the parking lot and wait for us to get up. It was hilarious.
I would have done that if Felipe would get up that early, but this guy likes to sleep. So
Nah.
He's putting Felipe on blast. He's like, fuck it.
But this guy honestly like 4 hours a night every night.
Some of us just don't have that sleep in us. You know what I mean? It's like we're too excited about what's going on, or we're on that what is it called? Circadian rhythm. You just get up no matter what. Like I'm up at 5 o'clock in Florida, the same as I was 5 o'clock in Arizona, and it didn't matter. I was partially waking.
An hour difference.
Yeah, only an hour isn't too bad. I was partially getting up that early though, and I'm gonna drop something on Deeds because he is a chronic sleep farter. So yeah.
Yes.
He put me on blast at 4:40. Yeah, he put me on blast.
Who's knocking on the door?
Nobody. It's Deeds' ass giving a shout out. Yeah, poor guy. I feel for his wife, dude. Mrs. Deeds. Yeah, Mrs. Deeds. And she texted me later on. Yeah, she texted me later on and says, "Now you see what I have to deal with." Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Scott Aaron Krantz, the president of the IWCA, says we're never doing it around the Home Builders Conference again. That's why Orlando was slammed. We signed the contract before their conference was announced. So that's good to know.
Felipe's got to head out.
All right, guys.
All right. Hey, Felipe, it's always awesome to see you, brother. I hope you have a great day. Tell Ulysses that his boy Jason from Phoenix says what's up. Give him a big ass hug for me. I know that when you do, he's going to get a huge smile on his face because that's just what he does. I'm still following him and I believe you on TikTok. So whenever you guys put stuff out, I'm always here for it. I love to see it. Keep doing what you guys do, and we'll catch up with you later, Felipe. Take care, all right, brother?
All right, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Let's give Felipe one more round of applause. Deeds, come on, give him one on our way out. Where is it? Hold on. Yeah, there he is. So, dude, Eric, I am so glad that we got you in, dude. What does the rest of the week and what does the rest of the quarter look like for you guys?
Just running. We don't ever really have slow time. Most window cleaning companies will have downtime in the winter and things like that. And we definitely pride ourselves on making sure that our guys have a paycheck every week. So there's always something going on here. There's never a missed day. Maybe only time we miss work is if it's so cold you don't want to open your door. So you don't even want to go out of your house, let alone go to work. So
yes, nobody likes shitty weather, right? So Juan Carlos Alana says, "Saludos, Felipe," and I will tell you right now, Felipe is awesome. cool, calm, delivered under pressure.
Yeah.
I'm unloading my gear to start recording and to just get situated. And I roll up to walking to the children's hospital, and I see him squeezing into this Captain America gear, and I'm just like, it's awesome. There's nothing like seeing a Mexican Captain America too. It was fucking great. I was
Yeah.
like,
Hey,
yeah, it was so great, bro. It was so great.
Yeah.
I love
Felipe,
that
he's
guy.
really good people. And tell everybody that's my brother from another mother. We're like the same people. We just, like I said, we hit it off from day one, and that's just what we do. We're always on the same page. 90% of the time, we're thinking the same thing. He looks at me and goes to say something, and I was about to say it, or vice versa. So, I think Felipe is really good people.
Nice.
And that's also one of the things that I noticed when I was around you guys, that I felt drawn to everyone that was there. It felt like family, not work.
Yeah.
When I got back, Gary was awesome. He had a he had an ice cream truck. Was it a Thursday or a Friday that I was there? I don't remember. Do you?
I think it was a Friday, but it could have been a Thursday. But yeah, we definitely had an ice cream truck.
Yeah, the ice cream truck was there with the bomb pops. Um, and a couple of the employees had their kids there. You know, and our friends at WCR and Zero, they were kind enough, and Maker were kind enough to set us up with a bunch of goodies. I want to say that every single person that worked on your staff walked away with something. Am I right?
I'm gonna say that's probably right.
I think we had it set up to where there was enough goodies for almost every, whether it be hats. I know there was plenty of stickers. I think we had 3 polls. We had multiple Maker Crush soaps that were given away. I
Yeah.
think I had a bucket. I think I left you guys some hose reel. Yeah, man, it was a very awesome experience. And again, you see that little hand, that squeegee up there, that logo, WCR. Much props and love to them, Alex and Chris, for setting everybody up, not just at your office, but across the East Coast, baby. I mean, nobody met me in DC, so shame on them. But after that, it was Carolina, then it was Tennessee, then it was Arkansas, Oklahoma, then it was you guys. I know I'm missing other stuff too. And then I ended up in D-Town with Damien, and it was just the most fantastic trip. So
Damien.
yeah, Damien, somebody that I love thoroughly and enjoy spending time with. That dude is a gangster, a wonderful human being, just like everybody else in our community. Well, a lot of us, not everybody else, because there are some poo-poo heads.
Many.
Yeah, there are some poo-poo heads in our industry, but mostly winners, and winners hang out at the Goo and Deeds pod. So we appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, I
There's a
appreciate you
couple
guys
things.
having us here.
Yeah, man. There's a couple other things that I want to. Oh, what was the most informative class that you guys went to while you were there?
Probably one of the water fed classes that we took. There was, because Felipe and I know how to work a water fed. We know the basics, but there's certain things that we still weren't 100% sure on. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
certain things when it comes to the RO filter and stuff like that, we just were like, oh, well, that makes sense now. Okay, now we know. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was
And
this one.
let me ask you this: are you the type of person who can watch a video and learn that way, or is it easier for you to learn hands-on and on-site with a demo?
I prefer to learn hands-on, but at the same time, I'm a YouTube University graduate, so I watch everything before I do it. So no matter what it is, I try to learn as much as I can from the video before I just get in there and mess something up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Deeds, does that sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't.
I
can't get down on the YouTube. I get frustrated. I get yeah, but I sure can. I sure can watch somebody show me how to do something and pick it up that way. Do you remember who your instructors were for some of those classes?
I feel like The only one I really remember the instructor for was Hazen from ABC was an instructor for, I think, the water fed class that we were in.
Cool.
Right on, right on. And what piece of equipment was he demonstrating on? Do you remember?
Just the whole water fed system between just differentiating where you just need a DI system versus where you need the multi-stage system. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
certain things within there's a inline where you can add different things. We didn't know that. You know what I mean? There's certain things that we had no idea, and there's certain things that we kind of thought that's how it was, but we wanted to be sure, so we're not setting anybody up for failure.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be no bueno. No pinchy bueno way. Did you get a haircut since I saw you last?
Me? No. I've actually need a haircut.
It's freaking short, man. That looks like you just got a cut. You'll be good to go.
I got it cut before we went to Florida. I get it cut about every 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
I get it every 3 to 4-ish.
Well, if I don't, right here, it just starts sticking up, and my wife just looks at me like, "You need
my wife." Yep, get in there. I go to never mind.
No, I thank you, Deeds. I knew where you were going with that one. Deeds gets his cut trim about every 3-4 weeks, and I'm usually like, oh, you got a haircut. So how often you mentioned that you're kind of a jack of all trades. You fill in when need be. You clean. You said you are going to clean today, or you cleaned yesterday?
It just depends on the day, to be honest. Today, I don't have anything in particular. I'm still catching up from being gone all last week, so trying to get different bids put together. And Felipe's supposed to be helping me, but he's making sure other things get done, and I'm not going to hang on the building, so I'll stay here and get the computer stuff done. So
there you go. Well, that's one of the things is when you learn, you balance who does what. And like you mentioned earlier, everybody knows their role, which is amazing. And sometimes it's not that easy, right? Like it's difficult to have a partnership, to have a balance to where everything gets done. And it seems like you guys really have nailed that. And Gary, good job, dude. Way to assemble a team that is qualified to tackle any task. Is there any building in Kansas that you guys haven't been on that you want a piece of? You know what I mean? Like I drive by something, not buildings because that's not normally my jam, but I'll drive by a home or I see a structure that I'm like, fuck, that would be dope to work on. Is there a structure you guys haven't got your hands on yet that you want a piece of?
Not exactly, to be honest. Now, there are future structures that we would like to get our hands on. Now, the new stadium they're trying to build and things like that, we wanted to try and be a part of that. Most of our guys want to be a part of that. So
there's a new football stadium coming, right?
Yeah, the new Chiefs Stadium they're building, and then out here in Olathe, they're actually building the headquarters. So there's going to be a few new structures that all of our guys just want to be a part of, just to say they were a part of. So that gives us the drive to try and be a part of it.
Yeah, and those are the kind of things that you're absolutely right. Like sometimes I have given a better price for something that I want to do because it's something that I want to do rather than a straight price just because that's what it costs. Like, well,
I could do it for this or I could do it for that and maybe get the job. Let's go here and I'm going to get it for sure because I just want to be a part of this. So
yeah. Absolutely. And what is your favorite building right now in Kansas that you guys do? And hold on real quick too. So you guys are right on the border of Kansas and Missouri, correct?
Where we're essentially 20 minutes from downtown Kansas City is where we're at. So we're straight down the highway. And then once you hit downtown Kansas City, that's Missouri. So we're treading that border. I can go 10 minutes this way and be in Missouri, and I can go 10 minutes that way and still be deeper in Kansas. You know what I mean?
That's what I was so confused. I was like, wait a second. So are we in Missouri right now? Or are we and you're like, no, if you look
like
over
I said,
that
when we were driving
bridge,
down the highway, we passed one exit. And once you pass that exit and you start seeing downtown, you're in Missouri.
I was like, okay. Oh, nice reference. Good plug. There you go. Coach Green, another friend of ours that was at the show, he just popped in. Another great class was held by Megan Likes, the psychology of pricing and how to charge what you're worth. Yes, that was Megan's the best. I
Yeah.
had a great
We
opportunity.
Double,
jump
triple
in
your
that
price.
class, but
What'd you say?
I said we actually wanted to jump in that one, but I think we ended up Uber issues that day.
I'll tell you right now, if that is something that you missed on, Megan is an awesome, awesome individual. If you reach out to her, I would not be, I'm sure she would share pretty much anything that she shared in that class with you on a one-on-one level. She's that fucking awesome. So
Yeah.
just a heads up for all of you guys, if you miss any of the speakers that were there, they're typically amazing people. And if you want to, touch base with them again, holler at them, shoot them a message. Hey, can we go over this again? And 9 times out of 10, I would assume that they would go over any information that you missed to make it even a little more clear. So,
See, for me and
um,
Felipe, we just like to learn. We want to know. Obviously, we've both been doing this for a very long time, but you still don't know everything. There's still something that you can learn from somebody somewhere in any aspect of life. So even with window cleaning, we still learn things every day.
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. Was there a favorite event or anything that you guys were there? When did you get there? You got there a little early, correct?
Yes, we came in. Actually, Gary helped us out because my wife's sister, my sister-in-law, her boyfriend was taking her down there for the week, and it just so happened to be the same week. So I ended up talking to Gary, and instead of coming in Tuesday, we came in Sunday. So we got to hang with them for a couple of days. And long story short, the plan was hang with them, go to the beach. He proposes to her, so we can all be there. So that was
Bro.
the highlight of the trip, to be honest. But
Very cool. Will you
Hey,
be my wife?
everybody loves love. Oh, that's
Yes.
outstanding. So you were part of was it on the beach, did you say?
Yes, sir.
So you were
Sunset on
part
the
of
beach.
a Sunset Beach proposal. That had to have been a pretty epic event.
I'll send you the video a little bit later, just so I got a
Awesome.
video.
I'm down. I am down for that. I am down for that. We won't keep you too much longer, Eric. It was very important for me to get you in the pod. I know that you guys are typically busy this time of day, but you personally were an inspiration and somebody that I instantly clicked with, and I've been dying to get you in. Now we had an even better excuse to get you in. To make sure that we had a chance to share some of our stories of what happened this past summer.
Yeah.
I got some crazy award this past week, but I wanted to assure everyone that was a part of that trip, you, Felipe, Gary, the entire 28-man crew at Heart of America. Shit, I gave y'all a shout out during my speech. None of that shit would have happened. And that award wouldn't have happened if it weren't for the kindness of you guys, if it weren't for the Mike Nichols, the Zanes that let me crash at their pad, the Mike Matthews, the Sam Emerson, the Fletcher Denning, Johnny Albrighty, Jersey was on my pit stop. So and obviously Chris and Alex from WCR, they made all that shit happen, and they made sure that everybody that I visited got some goodies. And it just made 2025 and that whole summer something I'm never going to forget. So I'm going to be forever indebted and grateful for you for sharing some time with me, my man. And and the personal information that you and I shared with one another just made everything hit on a whole nother level. And it was exactly the kind of conversation that I needed to hear at that time. And I hope that our conversation helped you understand a little bit more about me, but
Yeah.
also recognize that it's not just me and you that are a little different. It's not just you and I that have had issues. It's not just you and I that have been through things in life, but that you and I together with our friends, we can get over anything that any obstacles that might be in our way. And our buddy Craig Hensel, Grace, a couple of us, we use the term together we are stronger, and that just goes to exactly show kind of what it is that we are talking about, man. So I can't thank you enough. I'm super excited that Gary sent y'all out there and he kept his ass home and was like, you know what? Let's get the crew out there so that you guys could experience exactly what these conventions are all about.
Yeah.
Um, do you know? I know it's early and I know it's not until August. Do you know, will he or you guys be represented at the Huge in August? I should put it out there right now. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Are you still there?
AI, man. Pissed off the robots.
Well, I didn't
You
say
just cut
anything
out.
about.
Oh, he's back.
Oh,
Yeah, you cut
there
out.
you go. Do you know if Heart of America, you guys will be represented at the 2026 Huge Convention in August? He's still cut
I'm
out.
not sure yet, but
Oh, got it.
that's a possibility.
Nice. Well, it will be at a different venue. Just so you know, it will be at the Gaylord Orlando as opposed to Doubletree. So different venue, a little probably larger, more encompassing. If I know anything, if you know the
A little bit
Gaylord.
more expensive for coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
Bro, if we go, Deeds, if we go, I will make sure that we do another, we will make sure that we do another sticker and coffee exchange so that everybody can get their coffee at a reasonable rate. Because I am not spending $13 on a fucking Trenta. You got me?
Yeah, doing it for
I am
you
not.
or anybody, okay?
I,
That's
I
what
drink
I
a
am
lot of
not.
coffee.
Erica, you know me too, bro. When we were at the Gaylord last year, it was $13, and it wasn't even for a Trenta. It was for a fucking venti. Pardon my French. I'm
Yeah,
getting a little
venti. My
I'm getting a
gosh.
little
That's
yeah, I'm
Italian.
getting a little excited about 20 ounces of coffee and $13. So my bad. Sorry guys. Didn't mean to get
Just
heated.
gonna pay you anyway.
That's a bad memory, like a trigger, like and they wouldn't let me use my stars, they wouldn't let me use my scanner, just a whole bunch of nonsense. They wouldn't let you pay cash. It's like, man,
Your brain's
let's
no good
bring
here.
all yeah, let's bring all these cash grabbing mother effers that clean windows to a place and not let them spend cash.
Yep.
Bastards. It is what it is. I do have a couple more questions before we get off. If or when you were cleaning on the daily, what was your go-to daily squeegee mop setup?
I'm personally a Ederay backflip guy. That was my go-to on a daily basis. I can use
So
that for most scenarios as long as I don't need something that swivels.
what about size? Because they come in a couple different sizes. What size would you be rocking? A 12 or an 18?
18, but the 18 comes with the 18 scrubber 20-inch channel, so
Yeah, a little
20
funky.
technically, but that's what I prefer.
And you just nailed it on the head. Awesome. 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 Okay, on your hip, what do you wear for? Do you use a Boab or are you straight bucket guy?
Depends on the job. So it depends on the day for me. Some days I feel like I need it, and some days I feel like it's in my way. So it just kind of depends on how I feel.
Very nice, as Borat would say. Lovely. Well, we'll go ahead and let you get on out of here. But before we do, and again, I don't know if you paid attention to the show or not, but what we like to do is we like to give our friends, our guests, that I did earn mad stars from that coffee last week. We like to let our guests sorry. We like to allow our guests to give some shout outs to people they love, they appreciate, send some love, whatever. Is there anybody you'd like to say shout out to that let them know that you appreciate, let them know you're thinking about them?
Hey, that's one Gary Crenshaw, because that's the guy that's made this all possible. I've worked with that guy since 2013, and we've done nothing but we've got along great ever since. So Heart of America window cleaning in general has been my second family. So outside of that, it's I talk to my family, and that's about it. Other than that, it'd be my wife's grandmother's in the hospital right now. So prayers for that.
Thank you. Hey, you know what? So another thing we do too is I'm going to ask for all of our window cleaning friends, all of our posse, all of our family to send that energy, to send that love. What is your grandmother-in-law's name?
Jerry.
Jerry, send that love. Send that if you're doing the prayers, send a prayer. If you're sending that energy, send that energy uh to her and her family, to Eric and Cheyenne, and let everybody know we're just sending it your way. I hope she gets better. Because that's another thing that we do as a community. We root for, we pull for, we send that love and that energy your way. Deeds, who you got?
I just wanted to thank everybody that joined us at or on the IWCA action. The coffee, the sticker exchange was awesome. Many props out. Thank you for everybody for being involved, and Jason and Jessica for your coffee action. Thank you for thanks for everything. Thank you, Craig and Grace, for all their hard work they did with the museum and stuff. They knocked it out of the park. Can't wait to see what they have in store in the future. And everybody else listening, tomorrow morning on the Window Cleaning Nation page at 9 a.m. Eastern, they're hosting a $2,000 WCR giveaway gift card. All you got to do is be present, comment on the video, and interact, and they'll do a live wheel at the end. Good luck.
You just nailed that. Thank you, Deeds. Thank you to both of our wives. Thank you to Craig Hensel. He just mentioned too, I don't know if you're following in the chat or not, but Craig's sending all of his energy to you. And just so you know, if you don't know Eric, he's got a shit ton of energy. So if he's sending it your way, things are coming, man. Yeah, right. Definitely. And thank you to WCR. Thank you to Zero. Thank you to Sorbo. The three groups that pull for us, the World Enterprises. We appreciate all you do for our community. We're still talking about the IWCA, wrapping it up. We'll do a couple more of these interviews over the next few days to hopefully get everybody's voices and opinions heard and talk about the highs and the lows of what transpired last week. But mostly I want to say thank you, Eric, for you popping in, sharing a little bit about how we got to know one another, because it means a lot to me. And I hope that everybody at some point in their careers gets an opportunity to do something kind of like what I did, if that's what you choose to do, because it means a lot to me, all the time. And Deeds, you mentioned Craig and Grace again. Grace sent me a message this morning. Craig is doing some awesome things, and every time I feel like we're just two baked potatoes. They remind us that what we're doing is good stuff. They send me some pictures, some photos, and it just makes my heart full, like just so happy. And like today I was really proud, Deeds. I forgot about, how things went down at the coffee and sticker exchange because we were so busy. We were fucking bouncing around and doing things, you know what I mean? And I got a couple pictures this morning, and to refresh my memory on what it looked like while it was happening, it's pretty epic, dude. I'm really happy with what we got going on. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud, and I'm so happy that we were able to pull some of the things off that we did. So kudos to my partner, my road dog, Mr. Mark Deeds Klodzinski, and his wife Kylie. Yeah, his wife Kylie for holding it down. Shout out again to Jessica Battle for making sure that coffee went off without a hitch, and to all of our homies and friends that made that trip. Eric, if you can't talk him into getting your ass out there again, you should just be like, hey, how about you, Felipe, and Junior go out next time? That sounds like a party in itself, right?
Well, that was actually going to be the plan, but Junior ended up having his daughter rides horses, so they ended up having something to do with that. So that trumps work every day. It's family. So
yeah, and there's one person that I was hoping that we were going to get to see out there, and that was Fletcher Denning, and he didn't make it this time. I know he's got some stuff that he's putting out pretty soon. I want to say Skyline Shine, baby. If my memory serves me correct, that'll be a new soap that I'm going to be checking out hopefully very soon. I'm excited to see what a high-rise cleaner, a high-rise professional puts his time and effort into making a new soap, and I can't wait to see what he comes out with. I'm sure it'll work just great on regular glass too, but this one's for all the winners that dangle from the rooftops and make our skylines beautiful. So I'm really excited to see what Fletcher comes out with.
Tastes
Also,
like raspberries.
don't be eating soap, you suckers. Don't be eating the soap. And you got it, Jess. I'm glad that you enjoyed your espresso. Is it tonight? Squeegee Life is on too.
Yes, 8 p.m. Eastern, Squeegee Life.
All right, 8 p.m.
They're
Eastern,
back
Squeegee Life.
with
And
Luke,
yes, it
the
is
window
correct.
cleaner.
Luke, the window cleaner, will be on. So Skyline Shine, Fletcher, I don't know when it's coming out, but we do want to get you back in. So hit me up on via text after the show. I'm going to set a date so we can talk about that stuff too. Get you back in on the pod. Let's see. I guess that's it. I know we ran a couple minutes over, but we were a couple minutes late. Thank you for your patience this morning, Eric. I hope you have a great day. Deeds, you tell them something every day. What do you always tell them?
Change your rubbers, everybody.
Yeah, man. Change your rubbers. I hope your passion bucket's full. And if it's not, tune in on Friday. We will have another special guest, our boy Kevin out of Alabaster, Alabama. Another first time.
Alabama.
Another first time. Oh no, he's not a first time, but another first time guest of the show. But he was at the convention with our pal Adam Hogan Jr., who just keeps skirting us. Adam's a busy dude. I don't know if we're ever going to be able to get that cat on the show, but instead we're going to get at least his boss. Maybe Adam will join us. I don't know, man. He's a superstar, so if he can fit us in, he'll fit us in. So thanks again for everybody joining us. I hope everybody has a great day. We will talk to you guys on Friday, 8:30 Eastern, 6:30 AZ, 7:30 Central. Stay up, stay gold. We'll catch you all on the flip side. And Eric, be well, all right? We'll talk soon, okay? And tell
You
Gary I
guys
said what up.
appreciate it.
Peace.
Morning.
Later.